a day that feels like summer. The Red Sox and White Sox meet again for the 5th time in 8 games, and it's a Crochet day. Garrett Crochet, who carried a no-hitter into the 8th against them last Sunday in Chicago. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Fenway. Dave O'Brien, Lou Merloni, also Jemai Webster coming your way. You know, he says he's not quite 100%, but he's been outstanding so far, Garrett Crochet. How much better is he going to be?
Well, that's the thing. Anybody would take his start, including Garrett. It's just about how he's going about it, right? When you look at some of the velocity numbers now, it's been 40 degrees, right, that he's been pitching in. So the velo is down just a bit, and that's really not that big of a problem. You'll see that spike up. But for him, it's the swing and miss. This is a guy that just punches guys out in his sleep. And you look at that whiff rate, all 5 pitches last year, over 30%. The 4-seam fastball, we saw the swing and miss in his last outing. It looks like he's still trying to find that cutter. So for him, he's just looking for more swing and miss. And I think you might actually see more of it here today.
StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. Well, he's going to be taking on 25-year-old Red Sox fan from Danvers, Mass. Shane Smith, the right-hander, really good against Crochet and the Red Sox last weekend. Should be a good one. Game 2 coming your way next. Visit your local Tri-State Audi dealer today. WB Mason, request your food service catalog today at WBMason.com. Viva Tequila Seltzer. Grab your Viva Tequila Seltzer today at all Market Basket locations. By Sullivan Tire and Auto Service, celebrating 70 years in business. And by BuyAToyota.com for offers not seen on TV. Visit BuyAToyota.com. A lot of Massachusetts connections on this White Sox team as we get set for game number 2. Red Sox against Chicago. For more on that, let's toss it down to Jemai Webster.
Thank you very much, Dave. That's right. It's a great day to be a kid from Massachusetts. And Shane Smith from Danvers, grew up about 20 miles from Fenway Park, is getting set to toe the rubber here for the first time in his career. His last start in Chicago was against the Sox. He said that was cool, but he hopes that this one takes the cake.
You know, I'm hoping to just, stay within myself and continue on, what I've started with here. Not trying to do anything different or anything crazy, but, we might have a few more White Sox fans at away games than we're used to, but, the approach stays the same.
Yeah, just a few maybe. Talk about that approach. You face these guys your last start. How do you go into that one with, given the success that you had?
A lot of it will stay the same. Some will change. Just trying to do, mostly the same general mission of staying aggressive and throwing strikes, but, just how you get there might be a little bit different.
And here this afternoon, Smith matches up with Garrett Crochet for the second time over the last 6 days. Took the loss in that one, going 6 innings, giving up just 2 runs to the Red Sox. Now, he isn't alone in his Massachusetts homecoming. Smith, along with fellow rookies Sean Burke, Mike Vassell, all grew up within an hour of each other, playing on the same area code team in 2017, graduating high school here in Mass in 2018. They'll be joined by New Bedford's Jared Schuster, who was recalled from AAA today. First pitch on the way right after this.
Hey, hey, hey. By Plymouth Rock, the official auto and home insurance provider of the Boston Red Sox. WB Mason, request your food service catalog today at WBMason.com. And by Subaru of New England and the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester, SubaruofNewEngland.com. That was Garrett last weekend, 11 punchies against the White Sox, a dominating effort as he got the first out in the 8th inning. Oh, so close to a no-hitter. Chase Mydroth, former Red Sox farmhand, broke it up with a clean single. He's about to lead off against Mr. Crochet today, but it's got a different feel in the ballpark when he's starting. And who knows where that will go from here. But we've been in the ballpark before when Pedro and Chris Sale were in their prime. Kurt Schilling. It had a different aura around it. It's getting that way with this left-hander.
Well, the possibilities, right, are endless every time he takes the mound. I do think not just you're going to go out there and you could see an electric performance, but even Core before the game talking about it, just having this guy on the mound, it allows you to throw who you need to throw to last night. You're not going to have to go deep into the bullpen. I mean, there'll be nights. I mean, even Pedro had some nights where he's out of the game after 5 or 5, whatever it is. But for the most part, you can bank on him giving you some length, and that really keeps the guys out in that bullpen fresh, which is exactly what you need all year.
So you touched on it during the open. Crochet's velocity has dipped a little bit this year. It was 97.2 last year with the White Sox. He's at 95.7. That's nothing tragic at this point. As you pointed out, the weather certainly a factor with a guy's fastball.
Against Toronto, and we know what that series was like, the fastball was 94.8. That's going to bring it down, right? I mean, we're going to see plenty of 96, 97. The question is, as we get warmed up, do you start seeing even more? Core was referencing Sale, and he always felt like he just threw out a date, May 5th. He's like, May 5th, he would take off. And we need to kind of keep this guy kind of under control, continue to throw the ball well, and let's see where this thing goes as the season goes on and the weather gets a little warmer.
Trevor Story, huge night last night with a couple of 3-run homers. We take a look at who's been getting it done, presented by Home Depot. Trevor Story in the month of April now, 16 games, hitting .364, 5 home runs. He's driven in 14, and OPS over 1,000. Swings like that, he has been on point.
Swing decisions, right? Attacking the ball down, laying off that fastball elevated, which when you start missing that, you start cheating and chasing the slider away. He's making good decisions at the plate.
Crochet getting set to go. Here's the White Sox lineup. He will face, we mentioned Mydroth, who's hitting .190 at the top of their order. Then Robert, who's always a home run threat. Benintendi homered last night, a no-doubter down the right field line. Caro is their new catcher and a top prospect hitting out of the 7th spot. Facing a Red Sox starting pitcher, brought to you by BuyAToyota.com. Crochet 2-1, 138 ERA. Dominated Chicago last weekend, 7 1/3 no-hit innings, 1 hit, 1 run, struck out 11.
All right, let's check out the Red Sox defense. Presented by Bigelow Tea. Across the infield, Bregman will be at third base with Story and Campbell up the middle. Tristan Casas back at first base. In the outfield, left to right, Duran, Rafaela, and Abreu, with Carlos Narvaez doing the catching.
Look at the umpires today, presented by M&T Bank. Clint Vondrack will take care of home plate. Dan Bellino at first, Phil Cuzzi at second. Tony Randazzo, who took a foul tip right to the center of the chest, shaken up last night, but he's okay. He's at third. We're available. The telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP, brought to you by Toyota Certified Used Vehicles. Can't get enough of this. 82 degrees, partly cloudy skies. Feels like mid-June at Fenway.
Oh, this is a beautiful day here at Fenway Park. Marathon weekend, a lot of people in the city getting ready to run. They come to Boston, 80 degrees. Are you kidding me? The city is alive.
And expect the ballpark to be as well every time Crochet takes to the hill. The 6'6" left-hander who says, I expect to throw a no-hitter when I take the mound every time. Came pretty darn close last time out. And the first one on the way to Mydroth. A strike as we get started. That was 95. Chase is 4 for 21. No extra base hits in his very early major league career. Red Sox came out blasting last night. Foul tipped. 1-2.
That's what he did last time. He kind of bullied him with the fastball early on. He threw it over 50%. Had 11 swing and misses on 22 of them. That's a 50% whiff rate.
High and tight with a fastball to spin him out of there. 2-2. Red Sox are 3-1 in Crochet's start so far. A little trickler toward third. Bregman going to be tested with a bare hand. The throw, the scoop, and got him at first. Casas with a nice dig. Bregman very proficient at that bare hand play. We've seen it several times this season.
Yeah, this is a nice play on both sides of the ball. Bregman, first off, just barehanding it, getting a grip. Easy to bobble that ball, but then Tristan picking him up. Little short scoop. You'd like to have your first baseman pick that one up as an infielder.
It's a nice big league play indeed.
This guy in the mound, you sort of want all these little plays made, right? Take the hits away.
Robert will take one inside. You and I were talking about it last Sunday. You know, another no-hit inning, another no-hit inning. You know, 6, 7. And he really didn't have a great defensive play behind him. That one hit very sharply. Bregman will snatch it, throw him out. 2 down.
Yeah, there wasn't that great play. You know, and listen, he was good. We know what this lineup is with the White Sox, but I can tell you this: there's a few things they do well. Number one, they catch the baseball. You know, and they got some guys that can throw it. We'll see one here today, but they really don't chase and swing and miss. The numbers are pretty. Now they don't make a bunch of hard contact.
Sosa the batter. I mean, it's probably the worst offense in the American League right now. Popped up, Casas backing out, called off by Campbell, and an 8-pitch inning for Garrett Crochet. 1, 2, 3, they go. Plymouth Rock. Jaron Duran at the very top. Hit a couple of rockets last night. And that's been going on lately for him. He did have a base hit late in the game, but a lot of them are getting caught. He'd like to stop that. And up against the White Sox starting pitcher, the right-hander Shane Smith. Massachusetts kid. What a thrill for him to be pitching here at Fenway. 0-1 with a 2.04 ERA.
Well, the North Shore is in the house.
Yeah.
You heard him when they introduced the little fans down there in that left field corner from Danvers.
There's a lot of them. Well, he took the loss against the Red Sox last weekend at Rate Field in Chicago, but he went 6 strong innings, 5 hits, 2 runs. He was very good. He had the misfortune of facing Garrett Crochet, and it's 0-2. That fastball 98.
Yeah, this is the type of guy, right, where the Red Sox, he can go after some holes here and some swings with that fastball on top of the zone. He's got the velocity to do it as well, and he's got that kick change at 90 that we saw that really works as like a split-fingered fastball running down and away to lefties. It's a good pitch for him.
0-2. Let that one go again. A heater. Raffy on deck, and then Bregman. Red Sox piling on 10 runs last night, sailed to the victory. And that one is going to get him. He gets hit by the pitch. He tried a curveball. It did curve, but too much right into Jaron Duran.
Yeah, Smith's a good one. You know, they just faced him last week, and he threw the ball real well. This curveball just sort of clips Jaron's foot, and you know, when you're 1-2, you'll take it all day. But he was the first pick taken in the Rule 5 draft by the White Sox from the Brewers. They liked him, obviously, in a Rule 5. So when he came to camp, he was a different dude. So his first start in camp, they liked him at 94, 95. The changeup was okay. His first start in camp, they played the Dodgers. He struck out Ohtani, Freeman, and Will Smith, 98 on top of the zone. Blew it by all 3 in his first inning.
Wow. Keep that one.
Yeah.
In there for a strike on Raffy, hitting 228 with a home run.
And that's what I mean. When he showed up, they were like, where'd this come from? Right? We liked you, but all these guys do this. We saw it with Richard Fitz. The velocity ticked up. Started throwing this kick change, started seeing the movement on it, and he's opened some eyes.
See if Duran thinks about doing any running here. A ground ball up the middle instead. Maedroth there to try and turn it, and not in time. If you get the man in the middle, Duran is out and 1 away.
It's good hustle by Raffy down the line, but really loose double play. I mean, this should have been turned all day, every day. Chase really takes too much time, catches it, takes another step, and just sort of flips it over to first. Smith, you want this thing turned.
Sends up Bregman, 309, 4 homers, 16 driven in. Got back in the lineup after the birth of a new son, away for paternity leave. Shohei is now on paternity leave. The Dodgers star, be his first child. 1 out, 1 on.
By the way, Alex corrected me. Well, he's with his wife at the hospital. He was not in the mirror working on his swing.
Oh, that's a bit of an upset.
Instead, he had the iPad next to the bed looking at his swings, previous ones.
The 2-0 will be in there for a strike. So maybe a deal he made with Reagan, his wife, like, you can't be up in the mirror when I'm about to give birth, but you can use the iPad.
Well, as long as you're okay, everything feeling good, good. Doctor's taking care of you, good. I'm going to check out my swing here. I went 5 for 5 last night.
Just give me 1 second. 2-1. And flick foul. And last night he walked and did score a couple. 5-hit game, the first of his career on Tuesday before he left the club. With a couple of home runs. 3rd in the American League in extra base hits, 4th in doubles and in total bases, number 5 in RBIs and in hits. He's 8th in OPS, 9th in slugging. Foul tip to the mitt. Good giddy up there at 97 to strike him out, and 2 gone.
Let's check out the White Sox defense across the infield. Miguel Vargas will be at third base. Jacob Amaya is at short. Meidroth's at second. Lenine Sosa at first. In the outfield, left to right, you got Benintendi, Robert Jr., and Michael Taylor, with Edgar Caro doing the catching.
Trevor Story now, 321 with the 5 home runs. Huge night last night with a pair of 3-run homers. And he'll get drilled. And that curveball already for Smith is not snapping, and he's hit 2 guys with it. That'll put runners at first and second.
Curveball's getting away from him, huh?
Little.
This one was even close. About halfway, you're happy when you start seeing spin that it's breaking. Because out of the hand, you don't know where that thing's going.
So Willier with a chance to do some damage. Abreu at 306. He could use a good day offensively. He's 5 for his last 33. Still hitting over 300. Red Sox trying to strike right away. And in there for strike 1.
Yeah, you mentioned it, right? 20 games for Willier Abreu. The first 10, 483. The last 10, that 5 for 33, right? 152.
Mm-hmm. Sox are 8-1 when they score the first run.
That's one of those where Caro just sort of took it out of the zone. It's a pretty good pitch.
Young catcher got his first big league hit. Trying to hold up at a strike anyway on a change. 1-2. Just getting started here. Game 2 of 4. At 4 different start times. Tanner Houck tomorrow at 1:35. Walker Buehler on Patriots Day at 11:10. And Smith's 1-2. A little floater into left field. Benintendi charging in, and he's there to make the catch. Red Sox with a threat and 2 men left. Andy in the box, crushed a home run last night. As we check out today's storylines presented by FanDuel for Crochet. Look at the line, over 7.5 strikeouts, over 18.5 outs recorded. He has 3 in the book already here. Going after Benintendi. And then Vaughn and then Vargas. White Sox were 0 for 10, 7 strikeouts against his 4-seamer on Sunday. And just the one hit allowed. Red Sox still had to fight and claw for the win in that game as he deals a strike. Benny gets a nice warm hand whenever his name is introduced here at Fenway. 3-2.
Yeah, there's that cutter. You know, as much as he had the swing and miss on his four-seam fastball, only one swing and miss in 12 swings on his cutter. And that is a huge swing and miss pitch for him. He admits it's kind of work in progress, not consistent right now, but here's one right there.
He'll get the strikeout as he humped up the heater to 97, his first K today. One gone.
Falls up the cutter with just 97 in a really good spot against the lefty, right? Elevate up and in. First strikeout of the night. Take a look at his pitching arsenal. We talk about the whiff rate. This is a guy that was over 30% all five, right? That four-seamer's creeping up there, the cutter, sinker. Eventually he'll get there. It's presented by Audi.
Andrew Vaughn, their DH. 2 home runs, but only hitting 145. White Sox, the lowest run scoring team and the team with the fewest hits in the American League. At times they have been trouble for the Sox, though. Fly down the right field line. That'll keep on fading. 0-2. That was his best fastball, 98.
It's good to see that. Getting up there now. He kind of dialed it back when he fell behind against Benintendi. You saw 3-0, 94 down the middle.
Garrett signing a 6-year contract extension on April 1st. 0-2. Wave and a miss with a sweeper at 82 miles an hour. Back-to-back strikeouts.
Well, he got through the first on 8 pitches and no strikeouts. So he knew he had to start collecting them at some point. This is that sweeper. A lot of times he likes burying it down and in. If you missed a spot or not, it was still an effective pitch against Vaughn.
And Vargas climbs in and looks at ball 1. Well, one of the great stories we'll follow today, should he get into the game, is Liam Hendricks, who has not pitched in a major league game since 2023. Nearly 2 full years, 680 days. He is active today at the age of 36. December of 22, he was diagnosed with stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And that was just the start of his battle back. He's had a great career. He's been a marvelous closer and relief pitcher. He's won about everything he can win as a closer. What a comeback story it is. And the 3-1 home. And he'll walk him. So Vargas is on. Here becomes their first base runner with 2 down in front of Caro.
And Garrett won't be happy with that 2-out walk. You know, I'm sure Alex was asked before, like, how do you use him, right? You protect him early. I would think that there's one of those types of innings, right? In a game where you're up big late, give him an inning. It'll be an emotional performance for Liam, I would imagine. And then kind of get him in the flow of it and see where he fits.
Caro will look at a strike, hitting right at 200. Just 6 plate appearances for him as of this one. And a big lefty's 0-1. That's a strike. The rookie catcher waiting on the 0-2. Little bloop shot into right field. That's going to drop down for a base hit. Up to second, stopping there Vargas. And they have their first hit today. And a couple of base runners with Michael A. Taylor coming up.
Oh, 0-2. He's going for the swing and miss. Kind of, this fastball just doesn't get high enough, right? That's letter high, and he goes after. He won't be able to catch up to it. But it's down a little bit at 96. It's kind of inside out.
Taylor hitting just 167 with 1 home run. But 2 men aboard. He's 1 for 4 lifetime against Garrett. And now Narvaez would like a word. He'll head on out to the hill. 27 pitches, 16 strikes for Crochet.
And fastball command, right? When we see him, sometimes that elevated fastball over the plate gets the swing and miss, but a lot of times you see him miss it arm side, up and away, and it's non-competitive, and a guy won't chase after it. If you can elevate over the plate, that's where you're going to get that swing and miss.
Tanner Houck going tomorrow afternoon at 1:35, and then Walker Buehler on Patriots Day. And then the Red Sox will say goodbye to the Chicago White Sox for the year and invite in Seattle. Mariners with a very strong pitching staff. They're behind Toronto in Canada in the 4th inning right now, 1-0. 2-1. And 2-0 on Taylor, the number 8 hitter. Foul tipped into the mitt. Fastball 97, so the velocity's up a little bit today. Red Sox again wearing their yellow alternate jerseys, in which they are 36-14. 2-2. And since the start of 2023, they're 21-10 in them. So a very high winning percentage in these. Vargas at second. Caro the runner at first. And the left-hander looking for a K, and he will get it right here. Drops in the cutter. He wound up striking out 3 in the inning.
Second inning, and you gentlemen were just talking about Liam Hendriks, activated off the injured list this morning, set up to finally make his Red Sox debut. When he does, be the first time since June 9th, 2023, as you said, OB, 680 days. And I know that number because Liam pointed it out to us. He said it feels like it's been 1,000. It's been a long, arduous journey. He says he's now here to do the job that he's been paid to do, and you guys have gotten to know him as well over the last year plus. Zero personality, and he mentioned to us that What also motivated him to get back was his wife Christie's disdain for him being on the injured list. But all jokes aside, guys, legitimate back of the bullpen arm. When he's healthy, he is a weapon.
Yeah, she's a great partner there too. Vargas will make the play, and on one pitch, Campbell is retired. You talk about a personality. This is what, Red Sox have been waiting for him, and obviously he's been, as he said, counting all of those 680 days to get back to the big leagues. But he is as fun a guy to be around and to be on your pitching staff as you're going to find anywhere in baseball.
Yeah, he is a character. And I'm sure sometimes they're like, can we just get him out in that bullpen, get him out of the dugout,
Right.
Get him on the mound, get him back to work.
From Perth, Australia. One man out. Tristan Casas at 172 with a home run, trying to get rolling on a beautiful day at Fenway. Narvaez on deck. Narvaez getting a lot of praise for the game he caught last night. From Dobbins in particular, said he just loves pitching to him. Called a terrific game. I mean, it gets lost when you score 10 runs oftentimes, looking back at the pitching performance. Campbell tripped a little bit coming out.
Grabbed his knee a little.
Keep an eye on that. 3-0, and he looks at a strike. Still him coming out of the box.
Oh, you got the bat stuck in there. Just hit his shin. That won't feel great.
No good count here for Casas to potentially do some damage. And he looks at ball 4. Another good sign when he's taking walks.
Yeah, the last couple games too in Tampa, there were good signs, and they had talked about it. The one thing that's always impressed them about Tristan Casas is that he's always had a plan and he stuck with it with conviction. And the first few weeks sort of looks a little lost. Aggressive, too patient, passive, too aggressive. Like, stick with your plan. The last couple days, he's looked a lot better hitting the ball hard.
No score in the second. Narvaez hitting 208. And last night, hit one of the 4 Red Sox home runs. This was the first of his career. It came in the 8th inning. Also doubled and scored in the 4th. And Smith with the 0-1 and a strike.
Yeah, you can throw the batting average out the window, right? Like, he's calling good games. Connor Wong goes down. He's out there. He's the everyday guy now. And the batting average isn't there, but every once in a while he's showing up too, getting some big hits for this team. Got that first homer last night.
Yeah, that was a blistering shot as Casas will dive back in. Shane Smith made his big league debut this year. He's thrown the ball quite well. He entered the season as Chicago's number 24 prospect. He's looked a lot better than that. 6'3", 240.
I mean, the White Sox are 0-3 in his starts, but he hasn't allowed. He's basically allowed 2 runs or fewer in all of them. They've scored 4 total runs in his 3 starts. Like, forget about the win-loss record, right? Look at other numbers here for the Chicago White Sox starters, because they're not going to win many.
Grew up a huge Manny Ramirez fan. Swing and a miss at 96 miles an hour. And 2 down.
There's that fastball up we're talking about. He's got 97, 98. It's tough to lay off. That's a little hole for a lot of these guys in this lineup. Got to attack the ball down and lay off of that one. Let's take a look at his arsenal. It's presented by WB Mason. See that 4-seam fastball. The changeup is a big one as well. The slider pretty much lives with those 3. He'll show the curve.
Santa Rafaela batting .213, got his first home run last night. He had gone 32 games in between home runs. 2-run shot in the 4th. And he's been showing some signs too. Last 10 games hitting .286. Dug himself a pretty good hole, but looks like he's fighting his way out of it. Ooh, that one gets him on the hand. He slams down the helmet. He fired down that helmet. Here comes Alex Cora with a trainer.
Well, it's the third guy that Shane has hit in this game. This one with the fastball, though. The other two, a little slow curveball. This one up and in. That's scary, especially in that hand area. That's never good. You get hit in the hand, that kind of just pins it against the bat.
And the reaction, immediate. Smith had hit 2 men in the first inning. Those were curveballs. You get Sade on here, flush on that hand.
You really got to take advantage of this. Well, Smith's a tough character. You look at the White Sox and you say this team is not that good. I mean, guys hitting 150 off Shane Smith. That's 6th lowest in Major League Baseball. 417 OPS. That's 5th lowest in Major League Baseball. He has been impressive. A couple of guys on in the first, couple of guys on here in the second. Want to take advantage of it.
So already 3 hit batsmen from the right-hander. Now the top of the order in Jarren Duran. He was hit by a curveball in the first. Red Sox had a couple of men on base. Could do nothing with that. Duran with a 5-game hitting streak. Did have a single in the 8th yesterday. 2-run homer Tuesday against Tampa Bay. The Rays will not host a 3rd consecutive 1-0 game because the Yankees have a 2-0 lead on them in the second. But of all places, that bandbox, back-to-back 1-0 games at Steinbrenner Field.
Well, they told us that when we walked in. They said we had one homestand where it was like a graveyard. You could not leave. Then so far that homestand, it was a bandbox and everything was leaving. Well, that last game we had here 1-0 that the Red Sox won. There could have been easily 3 or 4 or 5 home runs in that game, but ball was not carrying that night.
It really died like on the warning track several times. But the Yankees beat them 1-0 right after the Sox did. Count 2-1. Casas at second. Rafaela leading at first. Change up there, 2-2.
It's a good one. Good split action on it. Mentioned Duran kind of hitting the ball hard. Average exit velocity is 93.5. That's 90th percentile. And he's just not getting hits on the other end of it.
Unlucky. A lot of atom balls. Devers would be next. No score, 2nd inning. Sox trying to break through against the Massachusetts native Shane Smith and his 2-2. Full count. Runners will get the head start with 2 down. This big crowd on a beautiful day wants something to scream and shout about.
That's important too with Casas on second.
And popped him up. Racing out of Maya. Robert coming in from center. So the Red Sox again with a couple of base runners stranded. As we move to the third inning, a 0-0 game. Lou Merloni, Dave O'Brien, Jemai Webster. Both teams have had an opportunity to get on the board. Jacob Amaya here, their number 9 hitter, hitting 103 without a home run. Crochet last inning with a walk and a base hit against him, but nothing came of it. And a fly to right. Abreu fighting the sun a little bit, but there to make the play. One down.
And it's Sun for the next. Here the rest of the game. He's going to fight him. He's been out there before. The question is Michael Taylor on the other side. See how he handles it.
Red Sox lead the majors in defensive runs saved in right field with 5 of them. Tied for the league lead in center field. Also with 5. It's no surprise watching this team in spring training and watching the outfield talent. Real strong suit of this Red Sox team.
I never understood how that's measured. Defensive runs saved. So if the bases are loaded and make a diving catch in the gap, do you automatically get at least 2?
Well, you should. I know the Red Sox have their own formula.
Like, I don't think that's how they calculate it.
Right.
But defensive runs saved. Dive and catch, 2 outs, bases loaded in the gap. The Warriors scored 2, maybe 3. Do you get like 0.4 for that? I don't know.
Pop foul out of play. So I think the formula that's used by Major League Baseball to award Gold Gloves is different from what the Red Sox use, is my understanding.
Yeah, I think everybody's got different metrics. Defensively, is tough.
Ground ball up the middle over the bag. Backhander by Campbell. And not in time. So Mydroth is on. He'll have a base hit. That'll be their second one today. Just over the bag.
Yeah, that's got to be a catch and release. I don't know if he just didn't have a grip on it. There was a little hesitation. Nice job backhanding it, but right there, got his arm up. Maybe just didn't have a grip. If he throws it here, he's got him, but he loses the baseball. You can see it rise up on his hand, waiting to make a good grip rather than throwing it into the dugout.
Luis Robert 0 for 1. Get the idea that at some point they're going to love to deal this guy, but he's only hitting 133 with 1 home run, but still very dangerous. Hit 38 not long ago.
Well, that's, you know, I'm sure they'd love to have him say have a hot June, July, right? Even if it's just July. Teams will maybe jump on it for that right-handed bat.
Strokes that into center field. Rafael on the move to make the catch. 2 down.
Family 4-packs are back courtesy of Aramark. Get 4 tickets, 4 Fenway Franks, and 4 fountain drinks starting at just $99. For the Mariners series Tuesday through Thursday, grab your packs at redsox.com/family 4-packs.
Lenin Sosa is 0 for 1. He's popped up to second. Their first baseman, 1 home run for him.
You know, this team doesn't run much, but when you're facing a guy like Garrett Crochet who almost no-hit you, you wonder with 2 strikes, start taking chances, right? First move with the lefty, try to get in scoring position, try to claw a couple of runs.
Mydroth the runner.
That's why we saw a couple of fake bunt hits, right? A couple of attempts out in Chicago. It's the things you have to do against a guy like this. You're not going to string 4 or 5 hits together.
Well, he's now thrown 45 pitches, 27 strikes. 60%. So he's not in the zone as much as he wants to be, in time granted here to Sosa. Mydroth not much of a lead on the lefty, not going. And that'll be a base hit, rolled into right field. Mydroth taken off into second. Abreu quickly gets to it. And their second hit of the inning, 2 on with 2 out.
Well, Sosa's been swinging it. You look up and down this lineup. This is just a good sinker down and away. He does what he should, just not do too much. Kind of just hit that hole. last 9, he's hitting .364. You don't see too many guys with a 3 in front of their average on this team, but he has been.
Now Benintendi struck out his first time up. Just remember the 2018 Red Sox. That was a runaway train from opening day on to the World Championship. Benny a big part of that. The 0-1 popped up into foul territory. Bregman charging on this over near the dugout, leaning but can't get to it. 0-2. How many grand slams did the 2018 Red Sox hit? It felt like one a week. Big hits all summer with that team.
I don't think this team hit one last year.
That's right.
Right? That went on forever. They haven't hit one in a long time. But you're right. The team was a juggernaut.
I think they hit 10. Fly to the right field. Abreu has it measured. He's got it. Couple of hits. They're both stranded.
And when I say people, I mean just about everybody who lives in Danvers here who came to see Shane Smith, as well as his older brother, David O'Neill, and his big cousin over here as well, Julia Rizzo. And big time for you guys. Obviously here to see Shane pitch. How special is it for your family, David?
Wow, yeah, well, we've been waiting for this time for a really long time. It's quite surreal, but honestly, I tell people it's hard to even realize that it's him out there, but it's really no surprise. He's been working hard his whole life. He's always been gifted, and on top of that, he's a solid kid, so that's always the best, yeah.
You're older than him for about 9 years, right? So did you teach him everything he knows?
Maybe on the dance floor, maybe. But as far as baseball, no, it's a whole other world, but I'm excited to be here to support him.
Now, Julia, you got about 300+ people. You helped coordinate that. How big was it to get everybody here today?
Honestly, I love every single person here. I told Shane, I'm like, look, this is bigger than your wedding. This is such a big day for us, but we all love him so much because, yes, he's worked so hard, but he's such a genuine good guy. We just love Shane so much.
Yeah. To pitch at Fenway Park, I mean, growing up about 20 miles from here, how do you put that into words?
Oh my God, I don't think I'm the one to ask. I think you got to catch Shane after the game and ask him how he feels. But I mean, yeah, I mean, here we are. Like, not only is our family here, but a bunch of our friends are here. People that we've grown up with, people that Shane's grown up with here. There's a lot of people here that love Shane, and it's beautiful.
He pitched here about 10 years ago when he was younger with his, I don't know what league it was, but he did pitch here. And then now 10 years later with an official MLB uniform, it's just, it really is unbelievable.
It certainly is. I got his godparents here, his godfather as well as his godmother. And all these folks, like I said, here from Danvers, representing for Shane Smith. And it's a nice little cheering section out here, Obi.
He's hearing them too, believe me. They are loud and they are proud. Popped up, and a catch will be made by Sosa as Bregman pops to the first baseman, 2 up and 2 down.
Yeah,
you gotta love the enthusiasm, and they are so proud.
Oh man, see, for me at least, I played on this team so we could spread it out a little bit more. But when you come in for a 3-game series, I talked to Shane. I think he had, I don't know, he got about 15, 16 tickets himself. But he's like, there'll be 300 or 400 people here because they know we're coming in.
Trevor Story hit by a pitch first time up. So there are 4 Massachusetts pitchers on their roster. In 1999, the Red Sox had 4 Massachusetts guys on the roster. One of them by the name of Lou Merloni. 0-1, and he waves through it.
Yeah, we had Corsi, Brian Rose, Steve Lemazny.
Pretty cool. There they are.
Yeah, no, it's.
By the way, did you hear from Mama Merloni last night?
She called me this morning, said she was very proud of me for not having the steak and chicken last night.
Cut on and miss. The slider gets by him. 1-2-3 go the Sox at the hand of Shane Smith. With you along with Jemai Webster. Crochet back at it to take on Vaughn, Vargas, and Caro. That's 5, 6, 7. Right now it's Shane Smith with the no-hit stuff. Chicago with 3 hits, all singles. In there for a strike, a sinker at 96. Vaughn 0 for 1. He whiffed in the second. And it'll miss in. Just more of a gentle breeze out towards center right now. And a 2-1 from the big left-hander. 2-2.
Gary, you look up, see 61%. I'm sure he's not happy with that strike rate. This guy that just pounds the zone, and really within some at-bats, he's missed some location. You can see he's not happy with himself at times. Kind of fallen behind some hitters here lately.
Trickler foul at the plate. Tanner Houck going tomorrow, 135. Coming off a miserable outing. He'd be the first to say it. 11 earned runs.
Yeah, it'd be an interesting outing for him. Right, he had looked good the outing before that. You thought maybe it was something to build on, but boy, Tampa's had his number. You go back to spring training.
3-2.
You know, the funny thing is he actually had some swing and miss in that game. It was the highest he had all year long, and the velocity was up at 96. It just goes to show you this game is really about location, hitting your spots.
That's exactly what Alex Cora said. Swing and a miss. He puts him away for the second time on strikes. That it was about location, not about tipping pitches. But when a guy gives up 11 earnings, it's the first thing you think of.
Yeah, this is a good cutter. He's really had a backdoor cutter here. And a lot of times he likes to bury it down in on righties, but he's been abusing these guys with that backdoor one.
Well, he struck out 4. Vargas walked in the second.
There it is again. I'd say that's the one pitch he has here today, as far as consistent location.
Gently hit to third. Bregman tested again, puts him away. 2 now.
Get the exclusive Rookie Tee featuring Red Sox prospect Christian Campbell. Available only with special ticket purchase for the Wednesday, April 23rd game against the Mariners. You can get your tickets at redsox.com/rookie-tee.
2 up, 2 down, and Carroll 1 for 1 with a base hit. Entered the season ranked by Baseball America as the best defensive catcher in the White Sox organization. And a 1-0. Red Sox want to petition Major League Baseball not to ever play in the month of March. They're 10-6 in April. Second best record behind Detroit this month. He committed.
Yeah, so March was what, the 4 in Texas and the first one in Baltimore.
Correct.
We'll get rid of that little 1-4 start.
Stay out of March. 2 down, bases empty, and a strike. 0-0 game here in the top half of the 4th. O'Shea looking for a little bit of run support. Fires a 2-2. Liner up the middle. It skips. Campbell stand down on it nicely. Gets him. They go in order here in the 4th inning. as Liam Hendricks goes into the bullpen, making the walk from the clubhouse and the dugout just a moment ago. First time in 680 days by his count. Said he counted every day to get back to a major league roster.
Yeah, he has been walking out there, but usually just to talk, right? So the first time he's actually active in that long, with the possibility of getting in the game as well.
He's had a sensational career. Named Mariano Rivera American League reliever of the year 2 times, 2020 and 21. Spent his first season with the Red Sox on the injured list last year because of the right UCL surgery that he had to have. And now back in a major league uniform and ready to work today.
This lineup's got some work to do here with Smith. Second time through.
Williams 0 for 1. Abreu has flied to left. Then Campbell and Casas getting their second look at him. He's been impressive. Sox don't have a hit yet. They have been hit 3 times. And a 1-0.
That's the pitch he's been attacking, over 60% now. He's gone with that 4-seam fastball. He's got some swing and miss in it.
Righty home with a 1-1. And a fly ball right field, not deep. In comes Taylor. 4 out, number 1 here in the 4th in front of Campbell. Made a really nice play staying down on a hot shot up the middle to get an out to end the inning. But not many hard hits yet, really, by either side. Christian born in Chattanooga, Tennessee. We saw his mom and dad when he made his major league debut, and his father Kenneth played football for the Tennessee Volunteers. They only have like 120,000 people in that stadium in Tennessee in there for a strike. You better like orange, man.
Different level down there, isn't it?
Oh, it is.
Sport, football, college football.
Absolutely. SEC.
Yeah.
Oh. They live and die with it.
Well, I was telling you, more and more, like where I am down in the South Shore, you hear about, guys I know, kids. They're all like SEC for the experience. I've never up in the Northeast heard so many kids going down just for the experience of it all.
Those football Saturdays are unlike anything most of us know growing up in New England. Certainly not associated football, college football, but it's incredible.
No, BC sort of gets drowned out in this city, right? Whether it's major sports, professional sports here. Well, you go to a college town, forget about it.
Yeah, great fun. I can see that, that migration down south to be a part of all that. And lined into left field, a base hit. Red Sox finally into the hit column. Christian Campbell with a solid knock.
It's nice to see Christian getting going here again. We've watched early in the year how teams pitched him. Felt like they kind of tried to just throw this heater away to see if he could handle it, and boy did he ever, right? And then late in counts it was like a lot of breaking balls, and he was handling that. Nice seeing a lot of breaking balls to start for strikes. Just game of adjustments. That was a good swing on that hanger.
Casas took a walk first time. Lifts a high fly ball into right center. Robert and Taylor, and the right fielder Taylor to make the catch. 2 down. Casas going after the first pitch. Narvaez next. Red Sox last night, a season high 4 home runs. Trevor Story 6 RBI. Hunter Dobbins got the win, just 1 earned run over 6. And the strike to Carlos, his first major league home run last night. Up into the National Car Rental sign. Nothing cheap about that first one. He crushed it. Oh, and 2.
We're facing a little different guy, right? Smith's been really good this year. But last night they did exactly what you want to do against this White Sox team. Right? The longer you get them into a game, the more they think they have a chance. They're not winning a lot. Last night you put 3 up in the first. You kept expanding. It's up to 6-1. You put them to sleep. Here tonight, they're in a ball game. And they're going to look to push bunt, steal a bag, whatever it takes.
Campbell to dive back in. Raffaello would hit next if given the opportunity. Red Sox have 25 stolen bases. That's 4th most in the majors. Runner holds. And a pop to right. Taylor was in anyway, still coming on to retire the side. 1 hit, 1 left in the 4th.
.464 pitches. He's got 4 strikeouts. Benintendi 97 up in the zone. This has been a good pitch for him. That was a backdoor sweeper. And that backdoor cutter is a pitch he's had all game. That one a little bit harder there to Vaughn. No chance.
So no score to the 5th, and Taylor climbs in and launches a high fly ball into right field. Backing up Abreu, still on the move all the way to the track in front of the bullpen to haul that one in. It kept on carrying and carrying, but 1 away.
Balls did a lot better than I thought. You know, off the bat of Taylor, I thought this was going to be right at Abreu. He's just drifting. I think he didn't think it was going to go this far. Catches it right halfway in that track.
Calling it out. One down to Maya, the hitter. I don't want to shortchange when we talk about college football the great Big Ten, because after all, they did win the whole thing. Ohio State was the national champion. So I don't want to cast aspersions, but normally your best conference is certainly the SEC.
You bring up Ohio State, you're not going to bring up Michigan. You're going to bring up one, you got to bring up the other.
I guess that's right. Don't want to offend one of the schools. Both great schools. LSU for our man Breggy there at third. The 1-2. Pop foul back out of play by Amaya. But in my household, I got an undergrad at Georgia, and a law school grad at Georgia. So firmly both feet in the SEC. A swing and a miss by Amaya, and down he goes hacking on a fastball. So number 5 for the big lefty.
We talk about elevating that heater, but getting it over the plate, right? At least showing it's over the plate. If that ball is about a foot away from him, he's going to just take it. Tough pitch to lay off for Amaya.
My draw, top of the order. He's 1 for 2 with a single.
I had a high school buddy, went to Florida State, would always come back Christmas break wanting to know how the Westfield Framingham State game went. My other friend, because he just came back from Florida State Miami.
Yes.
A little different experience.
Not comparable is what you're saying?
Yeah, Westfield, UMass, Merrimack. Hey, what's the big Merrimack game? Because I was just at Florida State Miami. My experience is a little different than yours.
2 down, bases empty. How has Marshfield football been in recent years?
Good. Final Four, went to the Super Bowl 2 years ago. You can't beat King Philip. I think that's the school.
2-1. Punch foul. Seattle and Toronto are 3-3 there in the 7th inning. Blue Jays continue to play, I think, a lot better than people expected.
Yeah, that uncertainty of Vlad Guerrero, right? You know he's going to be there for a while now. As we said, that team was going to be tough to read.
Floated into right center field. That'll drop for a base hit. Meidroth came in fighting for hits, but he has 2 today. This one comes with 2 down in the 5th. So they have a base runner in front of Robert.
I don't think Garrett was happy about this. Again, location, the cutter. Right, he wants to get it in. He's controlling it arm side on that outside corner, but when he tries to bury it on right, he's having trouble getting it in there.
All 4 of their hits are singles. Roberts 0 for 2. Robert, big power, good outfielder too. Won a Gold Glove 5 years ago. Tried to unload right there on the heater. 1-1.
That's what we're talking about. Not a great offensive team, right? But here you are, 0-0 in the 5th. You know, one mistake, one little hanger to a very dangerous hitter. We saw this out in Chicago. He had a 2-run shot to tie it.
Well, you made the point when we were there at Rate Field. They lost the guarantee. Rate Field on the south side, that you let a team like this hang around, and the longer you do, the more confidence they have they can beat you. I draw the short lead, not running. Do appeal, but no swing.
Yeah, I've been on those teams. Like in San Diego in 03, I started the year there. We weren't very good. And some team jumped on us 5-0, and it was like, all right, just have good at-bats. We lost. But if it's 1-1, 0-0 here in the 6th, it's like, you know, these guys may win 40 games. They got a shot.
Pitch number 80, runner goes, and Narvaez could not get a grip on the baseball. Meidroth with a stolen base. So into scoring position, and the count 3-2.
Yeah, and this is what I'm talking about. We said it earlier. You know, against a guy like Crochet, you can't just try to string 3 hits together, right? 4 hits together for a big inning. You got to take some shots on the base paths. See, maybe even see some hitters maybe try to put bunts down for hits. You got to create runs.
Well, Meidroth getting his first out of the way at the expense of the Red Sox. Got his first hit, and now his first stolen base. It's also his first multi-hit game at the major league level. So 3-2 on Robert. No score in the 5th. Could not get him to go. That's going to be ball 4. So 2 on in front of Sosa, who has gone 1 for 2, already has a hit. Inning 5 is powered by Salem 5 Bank. Cora on the horn. 81 pitches for Crochet. He's hovering around 60-62% strikes today. And strike 1 to get ahead on Sosa.
Yeah, now you find yourself facing their hottest hitter. He's 13 for his last 25. Or 35, sorry.
One of the guys with a respectable batting average.
Yeah.
There aren't many in their lineup at 286. Rockets that one, but foul. Right up into the Coca-Cola section. And it's Weiser getting going in the pen. 2 strikes on Sosa, but 2 men on. Meidroth at second, Robert at first. And Sosa will get time from Clint Vondrack. Well, he struck out 5 today.
You see that 96 at the bottom of the zone. You see Narvaez put his glove up. That was supposed to be on top of the zone, swing and miss. Got away with the fastball down. That's the one these guys can handle.
Crochet trying to keep it 0-0. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and missed to put him away. Narvaez has to scoop and throw and got him. Out number 3 on the strikeout. So he made the pitch he had to make. Still 0-0. Is at the midway point, bottom of the 5th inning. Shane Smith, the Danvers Mass product, very impressive for the White Sox again. He takes on Cedar Rafaela, who swings and hits that one back toward the wall. It'll catch the green back to Benintendi. He wants second. Benny's throw, the dive, the tag, safe. They're immediately appealing. Into second base. Second base umpire Cuzzy said he was safe.
Well, Benny knows how to play this wall. This is a great slide. I think the right hand got in there for Cedar. Right away, you know this guy can play off the wall. This was going to be a close play with the speed of Rafaela coming right out of the gate. That right hand gets that corner first. And that is nice, too. Meidroth catching the ball on the other side of the bag, making it a little longer to tag that right hand.
So no review. Duran's been hit by a pitch. One of 3 Red Sox who have today. It's also fly to center. And a quick scoring chance here in the bottom of the 5th. Speed in the box and at second. Red Sox leading the American League in hits and in doubles. That's the 43rd double. Scored 18 runs the last 3 games. 2-0 pitch. Changed up there. Devers next. No score in the 5th. Shallow. Here comes Robert. That's going to drop in. On the 3rd goes Cedon. He'll stop there. Durant dunking in a base hit, and the Sox have him on the corners and nobody out.
We'll take that. You mentioned it. Durant's hitting the ball harder than 90% of this league and not really getting any love for it. And I think nice job here too by Cedon. You know, on the read. Don't want to get too aggressive. Nobody is out. It's a nice job just getting one base, getting the 3rd.
Ethan Katz, pitching coach, on his way to the hill. Looking back at Cedon on the bases.
Yeah, this is a tough read because it's in the air a long time. So he does a nice job just kind of being an athlete, ready to go either direction. Just get to 3rd base.
Well, it's the first time the Red Sox have had more than 1 hit in an inning. Rafi Devers to climb in. Time now for Comforts of Home, presented by Bernie and Phil's. Right now, choose from amazing hot buy deals or save up to 20% store wide. Loving it at Fenway at $394.
And that's going to be a discussion for a while, you know, because the way he opened up the season on the road, this last road trip, but hopefully the numbers is even more separated. He gets hot this homestand. You have to get Devers looking more like he did last homestand for this offense to really click.
0 for 2 in this one. Nobody out, 2 on. Brandon Eisert, the lefty, begins to throw in their pen. Bregman's on deck though. And Smith, for the first time today, really in trouble. Rafi with a high drive left field. That's way back there. And it is gone off the top of the National Carl sign and completely out of Fenway. Oh, it's nice to be home. Rafi Devers, 3-0. His 2nd home run of the year. A 3-run blast. Red Sox built a big lead last night on those. That Red Sox home run brought to you by Audi. Visit your New England Audi dealer today.
Well, like I said, for this offense to get going, you need that man right there to get going. You gotta love 3-run homers. Fastball up and away. How many times has he missed that pitch in the first 3 weeks? Fouled it back, popped it up. You said when he's going right, this ball's driven the left.
Fouled straight back and a big rip from Bregman. Another look.
Yeah, that's elevated too. That's a pitch that historically he's had a tough time getting to, but short. Right, the swing is getting shorter. Long there for a while. Just got to touch it.
Bregman trying to hold up. It's inside. And the big crowd are on this beautiful day able to make some noise really for the first time. Off the end of the bat, little floater. Benintendi with a long run, runs it down. First out off the bat of Bregman. Red Sox have now hit 6 3-run homers, which is tied for the major league lead.
Yeah, I felt like last year was solo shots.
Yes.
There's a lot of home runs. Tyler O'Neill, he had 31 homers. He had 60 RBIs. It was like solo shots, which you'll take. Trust me. But this man here's got 3 of them.
Trevor Story's been hit by a pitch and struck out. A couple of them last night.
I'd like to hit a grand slam, maybe. You know, we haven't done that in a couple years.
Just to break it up.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good bet. The Red Sox are not going to go the entire season without hitting a couple of grand slams, but right now the 3-run shots are getting it done.
See that 1-0 take? That's when Story's seeing the ball well.
Little change up, 2-1.
He likes that 2-0 change to Smith. It's a good pitch. But laying off that slider 1-0 to get to the good hitters count, we've seen him fish at that before.
Trevor last night with his 20th career multi-home run game. He is number 3 in the American League in hits, 6th in batting average, 7th in RBIs. 3-2.
You're allowed to cheat once in a while. 3-1 took a shot in the heater. Now you got to dial it back.
And Shane Smith with a 3-2. Fly ball center field. Robert backing up at the track. And right there in front of the wall to put it away. How many times has Trevor Story flied to the warning track this season?
He's swinging it well. I mean, he's seeing the ball well. And that was a little changeup, 3-2. The one that he swung through, 3-0, 2-0 rather. Stays on it, still hits the ball hard to center field.
Well, Red Sox with a lot of good cuts in this inning suddenly against Smith.
Yeah, this may be to give the lefty a little bit more time with this pocket of Abreu and Campbell and Casas. And warming up out in that pen. Here we go.
Yeah, here comes Venable. Time killer. So Smith had really been cruising. He had only allowed 1 hit and was dominating, but Cedon Rafaela doubled. Jarren Duran singled. Raffy went downtown with a 3-run homer. Story goes to the warning track, and the manager's going to the bullpen.
Well, I tell you, the kid's impressive. I mean, this is the first game he's given up more than 2 runs. Shane Smith, the people of Danvers, I'm sure very excited. Great moment for the family and friends. See him out in the mound here at Fenway Park. And he's got a bright future. He's throwing the ball real well.
Sure does, but Red Sox have the lead 3-0. Eisert coming in. More in a moment. Schuster, the right-hander from New Bedford, Massachusetts, who was just called up from AAA Charlotte today. Went 2-5 with a 4.30 ERA his first season last year with the White Sox. He bends back Abreu. Red Sox had 3-0. And again, one of 4 guys on their club from Massachusetts. Abreu has flied out 2 times and will flick that one foul off the end of the bat. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You got another Mass kid, Sean Burke from Sutton, St. John Shrewsbury, going tomorrow. It's like the Red Sox are taking on the 2018 Mass area code team today.
Yep. That's a lot of passes being used at Fenway by the White Sox. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2.
Good little slider there from him. He's got a changeup. Fastball will be about 92, 93.
You know, it's a White Sox organization, lost 121 games last year. They set the all-time record, the modern record, for losses. But there are a couple of areas where you can hope if you're a White Sox fan, and Smith is one of them, as you pointed out. There's reason to like him a lot with his stuff. Raffy got him, though, for a 3-run homer and a 2-2. Bounced up there.
Well, they also have, you know, courtesy of the Red Sox, their farm system is kind of improving. They have 2 of the best, 2 best left-handed starting pitchers in minor league baseball. Get Hagen Smith, they just took Noah Schultz, 6'11", Randy Johnson type, to go with Teal, Braden Montgomery that you got from the Red Sox.
Payoff pitch. Rocketed to right field, but foul. A couple of feet off the chalk line.
I remember last year kind of walking in like, what's the hope? You know, like, do you have a player you're big on? Do you have, is there stuff in AAA? Like, where are we going with this? And the Crochet deal helped, but the last couple draft picks, they've hit on some arms.
Got jammed, they popped it up, and a play for Caro. The catcher with the grab. The Red Sox blow up for 3. Raffy Devers touching them all. 3-0 Boston.
Garrett Crochet back out for the 6th inning here at Fenway Park. Tom Caron with you as we get ready for our post-game coverage. Hall of Famer Jim Rice and I will come with you right after the game. Liam Hendriks may get in this game, waiting for his first Major League appearance since June of 2023. Now finally active and ready to go. He told me earlier today he did not sleep much last night, but guys, that did not keep him from meeting up with a group here from the Jimmy Fund today. 46 caregivers taken to the ball game, mostly parents and family members who have a day to just enjoy enjoy the game and not think about the family's battle with cancer. Hendricks, a cancer survivor, of course, said there are more important things to think about than baseball. Even though he hasn't pitched in 680 days, he had that day down to the exact number. Said he is more than ready to go. Can't wait to pitch at Fenway Park with the home team.
Tremendous story. We'll see if he gets in there. And TC, while we've got you there, did you say that Jared Schuster's like his entire family was out with you in the studio?
Yeah, he might be pitching for the White Sox, but his family from New Bedford, they are serious Red Sox fans. All came in to meet Jim Rice, and they said, you know, Monday at around 4 o'clock, they'll be cheering for the Red Sox again, just not this weekend.
Indeed. Tom, thank you very much. Benintendi laying into a shot to right. Abreu's there, though, to turn and make the play. And the first out in the 6th inning, 3-0 Red Sox. Benintendi 0 for 3. Eric Crochet's pitching line is brought to you by Ace Ticket. Ace Ticket with the best seats at the lowest prices.
You know, the guy sets the bar, doesn't he? Because we're sitting there, it's 5 1/3 scoreless, and we're like, yeah, you know, the fastball command is off a little bit, right? It is fantastic outing. It's scoreless coming into the 6th.
We have seen him shaking his head a lot today. You know, he's not real happy with certain things, but you're right. It's a very high bar with him. You want that from your Rays. Bounder, 2-story. Nice short hop play from the grass. Gets him 2 down. Vaughn is 0 for 3.
Yeah, and listen, I like the fact that he wants to go out there and be perfect, but this is a hard game. By the way, beautiful pitch by Trevor Story. Just throwing the hands at, that's a tough play, part of this play, and then he can relax and make a good throw. But there does come a time and say, listen, don't be too hard on yourself. We're going to go 6 scoreless right now. Like, you take it all day. The guy's ERA is low 1s. He's been fantastic for you.
Yeah, right now his ERA is 1.14.
He gave you 2 gems when you needed it. Right? Baltimore lost 4 straight. Same thing with this team here after dropping the first 2 to Chicago.
He's got a very calm demeanor about him, but he's ferocious.
He's a monster.
2 fast outs here in the 6th inning. 95 to get that one by Vargas. 1-2. Hits are even at 4. But Raffy launched one for a 3-run homer for the Sox. Here's a 1-2. Swing and a miss on the sweeper. Struck him out. He cruises through the 6th inning. Line through 6 innings, 96 pitches, 2 walks. He's punched out 7. There's nobody throwing in the bullpen.
I mean, this is a great outing. but I feel like all he does is shake his head in disappointment on the mound. Right? You know, it's like, okay, and I'm getting caught up in it. This is fantastic. 6 scoreless. The ERA's down to what, 1.13. He's been as advertised. You know, Pedro didn't go out there and strike out 15 every night too. Just the further you get away from it, you just think he did.
Right. Well, a win today for the Red Sox, and they are 4-1 in his starts. Campbell will start it here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Christian a base hit last time, 1 for 2. Reached base in his first 17 major league games. Tristan Casas on deck. Narvaez after him. The man who started the rally last inning was Cedar Rafaela, as he launched a double off the wall and left. Then Duran a base hit, and then Rafi Devers cleaned everybody off with a 3-run homer, going oppo right on the top of the National Car Rental sign. Red Sox have been taking aim at that thing. Now Baez hit his home run right into it yesterday.
Scary too with Rafael, right, getting hit on the hand last night. Got his first home run of the year. And a big leadoff double here to get that rally going. You're starting to see signs in the last 10-11 games from him.
2-2.
I think it was Corey yesterday. Somebody asked him, listen, how do you ignore, or not ignore, but what Roman Anthony's doing down AAA? And it was in reference to Cedar Rafaela. And he's like, Cedar, you know, saved the game the other day with a beautiful catch. He's having some good at-bats now.
Got him on the swing and miss, and 1 away.
And we were talking about the defense that he brings. Same thing with Abreu. When these guys aren't swinging it, they're helping you win games defensively. And now when you look at the last 10 games or so, that average in the last 10 about 300. Home run last night, double here tonight, got on base twice. He helps you win games.
Casas with a walk and a fly out, 0 for 1. But trust me, nobody is ignoring what Anthony's doing.
Well, he's doing exactly what he should do. Break down the door. I don't belong in this league anymore. And make their decisions difficult. I just don't think you need to force anything right now. We'll see.
0-1. Rattled to the right side. My draw. 2 down. Yeah, you want to make that decision impossible.
The hardest thing in baseball is to remain patient until it's no longer time to be patient. And only that man can really decide when that moment is, right? Like, you talk about Tristan Casas, who just struck out, or just grounded out. He hit 133 his rookie year. I think they're pretty happy they stuck with him that year. And when you have examples of that, and if you're a baseball man like Cora, you probably rattle off 20 different names of guys that struggle in April that go on to have great seasons. And he wants to stick with guys for good reason, because this is the game. It's baseball.
Yeah, it challenges everything you've got. Narvaez with a strikeout and fly out. 2 down, nobody aboard here in the 6th. 3-0 Red Sox. Red Sox getting over the 500 mark with the win last night at 11-10. Yankees are involved in a game that could get very high scoring right now. Tampa Bay, they're in the 4th inning, 6-4 New York. Cedar Rafaela on deck, and a good count here for Narvaez, and he'll take ball 4. It comes with 2 down.
This week on the Ultimate Red Sox Show, catch an interview with Red Sox Senior Director of Player Development Brian Abraham, plus the top Red Sox plays of the week. You can tune in tomorrow at 5:30 only on NESN, streaming on NESN 360.
One of those plays is going to be the catch by Cedar in Tampa. Terrific diving play at Steinbrenner Field, saved a run. Been hit by a pitch and doubled. That's a good point you make too, Lou, that you forget about that first at bat. There's a chance he was going to come out of the game. He got drilled right on the hand. And he fights back and rips the 2-base hit that starts the rally his next time up. Narvaez getting his lead at first. And Schuster first base. Carlos unlikely to be on the move. Temperatures in the mid-80s today at Fenway. Can it just stay like this? Showed a bunt but pulled it back, and it's 2-1.
Oh, I love that. Just thinking about that, right? Vargas playing way back. Boy, he and Hamilton could steal a lot of these hits if third basemen aren't paying attention to him.
The lefty home with a 2-1. Passed him with a slider. And Schuster's 2-2. At third, backing up Vargas into second base and plenty of time to retire the side. One left. CVS Health is a leading healthcare solutions company and a trusted partner for every meaningful moment of health. You can learn more at cvshealth.com. Lou Merloni, Dave O'Brien, Jemiah Webster from Fenway. Game 2 of a 4-game series. Red Sox in front here 3-0. Day is done for Garrett Crochet. 6 innings, 4 hits. Struck out 7. Gives the baseball to Greg Weissert.
Boy, was he good his last outing. It was part of that bullpen dominance in that 1-0 game down in Tampa.
First one to Caro is inside.
He came in with 2 outs, first and second, to face Yandy Diaz. Punched him out. Came back out to another inning, got 2 more. And just sort of passed it on to Whitlock to Slayton. That was game over.
And Weissert got the win. Comebacker knocks it down with a bare hand. Collects, fires, got it. Nice recovery. Never loved to see a pitcher knock one down with a bare hand, but made the play.
He's really off balance. This is follow through. He always is, right? And he tries to barehand this ball, but quickly gets after it.
And they'll bring up Palacios to hit for Taylor, who went 0 for 2. Yeah, that effort by the bullpen in a 1-0 game, when the pen could not afford to make a mistake, was incredibly impressive. Because every guy was razor sharp.
Oh, so I think it was the best I've seen all of them look. Each one individually.
And needed it to win that series against Tampa Bay. Palacios just a 133 hitter without a home run.
I don't think people realize how good Greg Weissert has been dating back to last year. He finished the year scoreless in 17 appearances. 17.
Yeah, and 8 of his 9 this season have been scoreless.
So he's been scored upon once, right? I mean, in his last 26 appearances, dating back to last year. Crazy. Listen, he moved over to the right side of the rubber, right? And instead of that third base side of the rubber, and just sort of opens up his stuff. He's able to attack the plate, attack hitters differently, and it's been very effective, to say the least.
I did not get that call at the top of the zone. It's ball 4. So he puts on Palacios with 1 away. And Maton will be the next man in. So Will Venable going to his bench back to back. And has 1 on. We're in the 7th inning. Red Sox ahead 3-0. Staff ace Garrett Crochet stepped aside after 6 strong innings. Palacios on at first. Bregman in on the grass at third. Just 8 hits in the game, 4 apiece. Cam Boozer is up in their bullpen, former Red Sox, was on the field collecting the Tony C. Award before the game. It's been a fascinating ride for him. Filed at home plate. His story featured in a CBS Saturday Morning profile. Red Sox fans know it well. Bit of a different look with that beard.
Yeah, growing out, huh? All winter.
Let it ride. And a 1-1 to be made, and the tag won't get him. Palacios back in. Cam, of course, working in construction after joining a Seattle area carpenters union following his retirement from baseball 7 years ago. Came back in 2021. Got a piece of that to file it away.
It's like, you know the story, but every time you read it, you feel like you read it for the first time.
True.
Like, I'm looking at it. Broken femur and vertebrae in high school. Tommy John in college. Torn labrum while with the Twins. While he was rehabbing for the torn labrum, broke his back because he got hit by a car while riding his bike.
Yeah.
Like,
can't make it up.
Good God.
So after coming back, he had other opportunities to quit, didn't do it. Tony C. Award for courage in the face of adversity. Tremendous selection. Runner at first, 1 down, and a 1-2 from Weissert. It's a roller foul. I don't know. I think better than any other sport, baseball lends itself to that kind of a story. Those great comebacks. We're seeing one today with Liam Hendricks activated and in the bullpen on the Red Sox side. And that'll be downstairs with a change. 2-2.
What do you think about you 25 and you retire? throw 96. Because your elbow, your arm, nothing. Your body's not working anymore. But you know, when you're 28, 29, 30, you're still young.
Bouncer to first. Costas gets the out. Going to need a tag. And that gets away. That rolls into shallow left. Palacios down to third. Stops there. Got the out at first. But a man now 90 feet away. And the 2 gone.
Tristan does the right thing here. He gets this ball. This is a. Story's going to have to tag him, but the throw, I think, is across the runner. I would say like the center field side of this bag. So Story goes across the runner and tries to bring the tag in from behind, and Taylor just knocks the ball out.
So Mydroth, the hitter, he has a couple of hits today.
With the shortstop, you usually kind of give that inside target on that throw because that's where you're tagging it. And when you throw it across the run, you sort of lose it. Makes for a tough tag.
2 away and the 0-1. Runs inside on a rookie.
Wasn't that close, was it?
Well, he made it sound like it was.
I mean, just about a foot and a half.
Right through there for a strike. 1-2. Wasn't the case last night, but the White Sox have had a way against the Red Sox the last couple of years of hanging around. And they're still in this thing with a man at third. Weiser. And a bouncer up the middle and a base hit. Here comes the run. Palacios in to score. A 3-hit game for Chase Mydroth. He is 3 for 4 and scores 3-1.
Well, we saw a couple of these games out in Chicago. Up 2-0. Ended up getting walked off. Then the next day up 2-0. Got a little hairy there in the 8th inning. And just because you're up 2 runs, 3 runs, you're not really in control of this game. Get this thing up to 5-1, 6-1. Different story. 2-run lead here now in the 7th.
Be careful with this guy, Robert, who looks at a strike. 0 for 2, a walk today. Stuck at 1 home run. But tremendous power.
By the way, that tag play at second, someone's going to get an error, right? You would think. Taylor to go to third.
And no error was charged. At least not yet. Breaking ball, swinging a high, deep drive left field. This one's way back, and that is gone. Robert has tied the game. And we're starting over again. His 2nd home run of the year. And it is 3-3. Well,
we were just talking about it, and it was Robert last time. In that 2nd game, you were up 2-0. Felt like you were sitting on that 2-run lead. He hit a 2-run homer. Remember, opposite field off Zach Kelly to tie it late. A little deja vu here again with Robert.
And Bailey headed to the hill. So we've got a brand new game, a 3-spot for Chicago to tie it up in the 7th. And Weiser, who's been so good, gets touched up for the big shot.
Well, that man right there, he said over and over and over again, double plays in this league need to be turned. Right, and if that double play is turned, we're already sitting in the dugout. And that's what he's thinking right now. Still got to execute.
So they have just charged the error to Trevor Story on that play you were discussing. It's actually his 3rd error in 2 games. Sosa the batter in a 3-3 tie. Sosa has gone 1 for 3 with a base hit. He's been their hottest hitter, trying to go up the middle. Story ranges over, and he will set him down to retire the side, but it's a 3-3 tie.
Let's check out the T-Mobile coverage cam as the lefty Cam Boozer gets ready to enter the game. And I got a chance to talk to him, guys. You guys were just mentioning him. He said last weekend was a little surreal facing the Red Sox for the first time. This time, coming back here to Fenway, he tried to keep his emotions in check, but once he walked into the ballpark, he said it brought back so many wonderful memories, his return back to the game. So he had to take some time to take it in. He said this place, Fenway Park, the city, the fans just mean so much. This place will always be special to me. And you guys mentioned the beard as well, as I am on the facial hair beat as of late. But he said it came from this offseason after watching videos and pictures of himself last year with the handlebar mustache. He said it didn't work for me anymore. Something had to change. He said his girlfriend loves the beard, so it's here to stay, guys.
Jemai, thank you very much. Red Sox tied up 3-3, bottom of the 7th inning. A lot of defensive changes here for the White Sox. Jarren Duran is 1 for 2 with a base hit, and he's been hit by a pitch. He'll pop that one into left field. On the move, Benintendi for the first out. Meidroth now moving over to short from second. Sosa at second. Palacios at right. And Maton taking over at first. And the White Sox back in the game. Rafi Devers 3-run homer in the 5th inning. The Red Sox for a while looked like they were in very good shape. Bregman on deck. So this one into the hands of the bullpens. Rafi, a wild swing, came up empty. Time now for a strong play of the game presented by New England Chevy dealers. Together, let's drive.
Well, Rafi gets on top of this fastball. Nice short swing to it. Right, that's a pitch that it's been getting him. He's been swinging, missing at that a lot. Able to get on top and drive it out of left field. That's when he's at his best, hitting it that way.
1-1. And again, fooled on the sweeper. And again, Red Sox defense helping to lead to that rally, or lack thereof. The Red Sox have made 23 errors. That one was very costly. 1-2, made contact, fouled it away. Justin Slate starting to get going in the Red Sox pen. So he'll be next in. Story was charged with the error, but it was not a good throw, as the Red Sox tried to turn a double play because the runner advanced from second and third. You add in the error, and no swing here by Rafi. He held it.
It's a tough throw in that he touched the base, you spin and throw, and the runner's right there. It's just where he threw it on that side of the bag makes it a real difficult tag. And Palacios just kicked it out.
Swung on a miss, struck him out. That was 98. Back to that play.
See, he tags it. See what the throw is. Story's lined up on the inside. You want that ball inside to give him a big target, and instead it goes on the other side of the runner. You try to just get your glove down. He just kicked it out.
It's a tough error on Trevor Story. Here's Bregman now. 0 for 3 today. A struck out, popped up, and flied out. 298 with 4 home runs. White Sox 6 hits. Red Sox have only 4.
Butch Hobson managed this guy in independent ball. I remember in fantasy camp a couple years ago, you just signed a guy. He's telling me all about him, throwing 97. He's in the wrong league. And he said, if there's ever a fight, stand behind Cam Boozer.
2-0. Threw it on the cutter.
He's a big boy.
6'3", 230. Bases are empty and 2 down. Hammered foul. Trevor Story to hit next. They've given the opportunity here in the 7th in a 3-3 game. And Bregman will take one up top, 3-2.
This foul ball went in hot. We never hit that fence when I played.
No, you didn't.
No, that was going in.
You were ducking big time. 3-2 pitch from Boozer. Shot foul. Quickly into the suite. Talk about ducking.
Yeah, that was get out of the way.
Man, a payoff pitch from the lefty. He walked him. Red Sox have a man on with 2 down.
Red Sox Nation, the nomination period is now open for this year's Impact Awards presented by the Manning Family Foundation. You can learn more at redsox.com/impact.
So Bregman takes his base. Story will climb in. No hits today after 6 RBIs last night. Been hit by a pitch, struck out, flied out in this one. Aside really from the home run by Raffy in the 5th inning, Red Sox offense has been slumbering a bit here today. Held to 4 hits.
The 3 of them came in that inning. Rafael with the double. Duran kind of dropped the ball in there in left center field. And then Raffy Devers. All 3 in that 5th.
Bregman with the lead and 2 down. 0-2. Boozer throwing gas. He's 97 consistently. Sox 3, Chicago 3. Story trying to break him up. 5 home runs for the shortstop. 0-2. Bregman took the 2-out walk. Boozer will step off the rubber. Tanner Houck tomorrow 1:35 against Sean Burke. Walker Buehler going on Patriots Day at 11:10 a.m. on Monday. And the marathon will be in full swing. One of the great days of the year in the city. Abreu on deck. Boozer home with a 1-2. Runner goes too high. The throw down, the tag, and he will be out. Alex Bregman cut down trying to steal second. 3. Slayton coming out of the bullpen to deliver ball 1 here to Benintendi. Our BuyFordNow.com call to the bullpen. Slayton really sharp at Tampa Bay the other day, the 1-0. Benny will foul it away. He's gone 0 for 3. Alex Cora went all the way out to second base to talk with Phil Cuzzi after Bregman was called out, looking for obstruction there of the base, but that's not reviewable. And 1-1. Did he hold up? Well, it doesn't matter. Home plate umpire rings him up, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, and Sosa was thinking about dropping that knee, but he actually did a nice job not doing it. Why that's not reviewable, I don't know. If we have replay, should be able to review.
Take a look.
Look at Sosa. The knee is about to drop, and you're thinking, okay, that you can't do that. But he never hits the ground, and then he gets upright and shows the bag to Bregman.
2-2. Left it low.
Yeah, Slayton was dominant in that outing against Tampa Bay. Was heavy with the curveball, which was unhittable. Pitch he doesn't really use as much as he did the other night.
Swing and a miss to get him. Big first out here in the 8th. He puts away Benintendi.
Yeah, this is that cutter. This is what he goes to. Really good location, late break. It's about 93. But he had thrown 9 curveballs going into that outing against Chicago all year. And he threw 5 out of 11 pitches, and they were dominant against Tampa.
Yeah, perfect 9th. He got the save.
This is kind of where he lives, right? Fastball, cutter. Throws that cutter for strikes whenever he wants.
And Ruban fights that one off, foul down the right field line. He's gone 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts. No decision today for Garrett Crochet. 6 innings, no runs, 4 hits, struck out 7. Robert with the damaging 2-run homer to tie it. Shut the Red Sox a couple times in Chicago and here. Vaughn hitting a .139, a couple of home runs. And knocks another foul. 36,559 on hand at Fenway. That is a sellout. And on a summer-like day. This one turning into evening. 1-2. On the infield, Story. They'll sling it on. And 2 down.
Stream every out-of-market game or on demand. Plus stream MLB Network 24/7 for the entire season. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details.
Vargas to climb in on the day, a walk, a ground out, and a K. 6 Chicago hits. Red Sox have been held to 4, including a 3-run homer by Rafi Devers. The Sox will have Story, Abreu, Campbell due up in the bottom of the 8th. 0-2.
You play a team like this for 4 games. You'd like to think they're all 10-3 type of games, but anytime you play a team 4 times, there's always a battle or 2. You have to pull this one out here late.
0-2. He had a notion to go, but didn't. Dan Bellino said he was all right. 1-2. White Sox fighting back from a 3-0 deficit to tie it with 3 of their own last inning. And Slayton with a 1-2 pitch. Cut on and miss, struck him out. Down he goes. They go 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the 8th, tied up. The official hospital of the Red Sox, providing first aid at Fenway and supporting Red Sox scholars. Learn more at bidmc.org. Bottom half of the 8th inning, Lou Merloni, Dave O'Brien, Jemai Webster from the ballpark. Locked up 3-3. Steven Wilson will be the new pitcher for Chicago to take on Trevor Story here. Then Wilyer Abreu and then Christian Campbell.
Well, what's Wilson last year? So far this year, he's made 1 appearance. He only faced 2 hitters. He's thrown 11 pitches this year. 9 of them have been sweepers. Fastball's at 93.
Well, Trevor has been hit by a pitch. He's whiffed and he's flied out. He was on base when Bregman was caught stealing to retire the side in the 7th. Again, the Red Sox kind of frozen at 4 hits. 3 of those came in the 6th inning. And the 0-1 pitch. He'll hit that one on the line into left field, down for a base hit. And a nice start for the Sox here in the 8th. Story trying to get it going.
Well, as I mentioned, they got the book on him too, and they come up to the plate. What's this guy got? He loves his sweeper. It's 11 he's thrown in 13 pitches. Now we'll see what he does against the lefty here, but Story makes sure it's up. Puts a good swing on it.
Now here's Abreu. He's kind of overdue for another big moment after the way his season began. 0 for 3 in this one. Only 5 hits in his last 36 at bats. So the average trickling down under 300.
Throw that little sweeper down and in for a strike. Right where Wilyer likes it.
Of course, Story's been running really well. Not going. Trevor 6 for 6 in steals. He digs out the lead and the 1-1 from the righty. That's in there for a strike. Campbell next. Red Sox in a dogfight at Fenway. Two balls, 1 strike on Abreu. Ground ball to second. To Mindroth, 1 back to first, and a double play. 2 down in the Red Sox 8th or 6-3.
This one just got in on him. But pretty routine double play. And we mentioned double plays and how important they are. They stop rallies. Sox had something going on here and it quickly erased.
So 2 gone for Campbell. Christian's 1 for 3 with a single. He has homered 3 times and looks at a strike. He starts him off with that sweeper. Bases clean in the Red Sox 8th inning. Just missed. 1-1.
He's looking for that one that ends up inner half. Going to see a lot of sweepers. Pick the right one.
Aroldis Chapman, the closer, getting ready. 1-1. He thought about it. He checked. 2-1. Not much wind at all at this point in the day. Here's the 2-1. Man, did he take a cut. He was looking for Lansdowne.
He's looking for the one inner half, right? This one, he thought that was it. Good pitch, Wilson. A couple of sweepers, one big fastball up and away to get him off of it, and then we're right back to the sweeper.
2-2 to Christian. He's gone full. Casas to hit next. Will he get a chance here in the 8th?
I mean, you have to respect this sweeper here, but if you're Wilson, you're probably thinking, I want to throw this for a strike. 3-2 count.
And he's going to take inside for ball 4. Christian Campbell is on. Red Sox have their second base runner in the 8th. Tristan Casas to climb in. No hits today. A walk, fly to right, a ground out to second. And the 1 home run this year. We're in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Red Sox with a base runner. And ball 1.
Well, this is the other guy you got to get going. All right. I mentioned Rafi Devers and how important for this lineup to be what they think they are and what they can be. You need Devers and you need this man here swinging it.
Tristan hitting out of the 7-hole today. 1-0. Big cut. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tristan came into this ball game hitting .333 against relief pitchers. Trying to add on to that here against Wilson. 1-1. Line foul. He was a little too quick on that changeup.
Yeah, that is an amazing stat because against starters, he is 2 for 38.
Ouch.
I mean, there's some just odd numbers like right-handed pitchers. He came into the game hitting 105 with 1 extra base hit. That's where he's supposed to feast.
Red Sox, one of the better running teams in baseball, unable to steal anything yet today. Campbell adds a little bit to the lead. 2 down. He's holding. And 2-2. A very sleepy day for the most part for the Red Sox bats.
And this is a big pitch here. Yeah, Wilson doesn't want to get the 3-2, get Campbell moving. The ball down the line. He'll be able to score. He wants action on this one.
And a take. 3-2. See if he gets something to drive here. Narvaez on deck. Full count, 2 down. Tied up 3-3.
Look for that backdoor slider.
And the payoff pitch. Runner goes and struck him out. Side retired. Double play and a K in that inning. We're 3-3 going to the 9th. Game summary. It's presented by Sullivan Tire and Auto Service, celebrating 70 years in business. Shane Smith, Massachusetts native, 4 2/3, charged with 3 earned. Crochet over 6, did not give up a run. Rafi Devers a 3-run homer, but the Red Sox are fighting here into the 9th inning in a 3-3 tie, and Chapman is on, the closer in the game, and delivers a strike here on Caro, who's gone 1 for 3.
Well, top of the 9th, you bring that closer to try to walk it off in the bottom half. It's bottom 3rd. A couple of pinch hitters here. Got a switch hitter, lefty.
Caro 1 for 3. And a ground ball fair inside the bag down the line. Abreu trying to play it off that side wall, racing into second is Caro. He's going to slide. He's going to be safe. He was a little casual with that, especially given the man with the arm in right field. And no challenge on the play, but that's going to be a leadoff double.
Looks like a split. Carroll just stays with it, shoots it down that line. You knew this was going to be interesting with Abreu out there. Doesn't get it clean off of this wall. Has to run into that wall. Probably all it needs for Carroll to get in there.
Now Palacios showing bunt. And hits a liner foul. Bregman in on the grass, and strike 1. On about 100-mile-an-hour fastball.
I was just going to say, you know what's not fun? Trying to do right now what Palacios is doing.
So once again, the White Sox are fighting it out with the Red Sox and making life very difficult. Baldwin on deck, and the 0-1. Showing bunt again, pops it up, and a play for the catcher, Narvaez. He makes the grab, runner holding at second, 1 away.
That is such a difficult play. You know, I used to bunt a lot. I used to love when guys would throw me a little slider because it would almost go right into my bat and deaden it a little bit. But you have to deaden 101. And if it's up, it's so hard to get down. You're almost better off trying to swing at 101.
So they'll bring up Brooks Baldwin off the bench. 245, 2 home runs. And they get the right-hand hitter up there with a man at second, 1 away. Very aggressive on 100. Strike 1. White Sox have out-hit the Red Sox 7-5 in a low-hit game. Each side with a big home run. Rafi Devers and Luis Robert. 0-1.
Very similar to that second game out in Chicago when they were up 2-0. Robert hit a home run to tie it, and this man right here hit a walk-off off Chapman.
Veteran lefty with a 1-1.
I don't think Chapman doesn't remember either. No base hit to left.
Meidroth on deck. He's had a big day with 3 hits. 2-1 to Baldwin. Even up. And back to that walk-off hit we're talking about in Chicago.
Sox were up 2-0. Remember, Richard Fitz ended up getting hurt. Robert hit the home run, and then this right here ended it. That was the second game in Chicago.
Yeah, they had a huge crowd there for them, 30,000. 2-2, and a foul tip held. That's a strikeout. 101. 2 out.
That's just 101. Challenge you outer half. Nice job by Narvaez to hold on.
And now Chase Meidroth. He's been a pain today. 3 singles. Two down, a man at second. And strike 1. 102.
Seen a lot of 100 and 101s. I haven't seen many 102s.
Sure don't.
I mean, this guy's amazing. 15 years in the league, 37 years old, 102 every year.
No sign of slowing down with that heater. 1-1 on the way. Little fly ball right field. There's Abreu to put it away. Red Sox freeze that double. And coming up, Narvaez, Rafaela, and Duran. Trying to walk it off as we go to the bottom half of the ninth inning at Fenway, locked up 3-3. They're going to bring on Jordan Leisure, the right-hander, and he will pitch to 8, 9, and 1 as the Red Sox try and win it in their final at bat.
Leisure's thrown the ball well here against the Red Sox so far this year. That fastball 96, 97. Really good slider, a ton of swing and miss in him. Gonna try to get one across.
Couple of changes. Baldwin will take over at second. Sosa moves from second to first for Chicago. And Narvaez, who popped his first home run of his career last night, will lead it off here in the bottom of the ninth inning. He has struck out, flied out, and taken ball four today. Then Cedar Rafaela, then Jarren Duran. The inning is still cooking. Rafi Devers. 3-3, and here we go. The Red Sox love these uniforms, these City Connects. Trying to win in these again. There's a shot headed for the wall. Way up on the green. Carlos taking a turn. He's heading on back to first base. Throw got away. Now he takes off. It'll roll all the way to the camera well. And he's into second. The Red Sox have the winning run at second base just like that.
Well, that's going to get David Hamilton off the bench as well.
And Hamilton coming in.
This slider's just a spinner over the middle of the plate. Carlos does a great job hitting this off the wall. He makes the right decision. Benintendi's out there. Just short hop. And Baldwin he's got to get in front of that ball. You got to knock it down. You can't olay it. There's nobody behind you. Good awareness by Carlos to get to second base, and now you're just a base hit away with Hamilton on second.
And Sosa, the first baseman, way in, anticipating a bunt. Cedar has ripped a double and scored a run today. Hamilton, the base runner. Hamilton, the fastest man on the diamond.
I'm letting him hit. I'm going to take 3 shots. I got Durant on deck. I got Devers on deck after that.
1-0. Chopper, glove, they're going to play it third. Here's the tag. He's going to be out. He slid beyond the bag anyway. Hamilton cut down at third. Leisure made the play on the mound, and Hamilton was dead.
You know, David Hamilton with that speed, and sometimes though you feel like you can outrun anything. You gotta let that ball get by the pitcher. If he makes the play, you're still on second here with 1 out in scoring position. He made it close.
So a man at first and 1 out for Duran as Rafaela becomes the runner at first base. Jaron on the day hit by a pitch and singled. He's gone 1 for 3 and scored a run. He was aboard when Devers hit his home run in the 5th inning. And the 0-1 will not be made. And back in Cedon. We'll see what the Red Sox do with him at first. 4 stolen bases in 4 attempts. A play like that really takes the wind out of the sails.
Yeah, it does.
0-1, runner holding, and another shot back toward the wall. Benintendi there, though, will make the play on the warning track, and racing back to first, Cedon Rafaela. 2 down. And here comes Rafi Devers. 3-run homer. 1 for 4 on the day. 2 down here in the bottom of the 9th. 3-3. And Rafi swinging away, lifts that one foul out of play, strike 1. Red Sox had a man at second base with nobody out to begin the inning. Now 2 down.
I know Cedon's a swing and miss guy, but I'm still going to take 3 shots at it. You got a gift. You move him over.
Oh, 1 to Rafi. Inside. That one got by everyone in the backstop. That'll advance the runner. On a wild one, a fastball that got away.
But that one got him. Almost.
They're going to put him on now. It's going to be an intentional walk. The pitch didn't get him. It will be an intentional walk. First and second. And Alex Bregman.
We're going to have a little chat. You know, I know a lot of people probably wanted Rafaela to bunt, right? You got to get the bunt down. You get him over to third. You're a fly ball away. Infield's probably in. He's swinging the bat better. It's the chopper up the middle. To me, for Hamilton, you got to stay on second base, remain in scoring position.
I think a lot of fans are like, I just want to see one bunt in that situation.
It's just not part of the game anymore.
It is not. It is not.
You know, years ago they would have, right? I bunted a lot in my career.
Now Whitlock up in the pen in case. Red Sox have a chance to win it here. 3-3 bottom of the 9th inning. 2 down first and second. Bregman pretty quiet today, 0 for 3 with a walk. Trying to put the Sox in a win column again with Rafaela leading at second. 2 down. And he'll take ball 1. He's looking for his first hit since becoming a dad for the second time. Another baby boy. Raffaello with the lead at second. Devers at first. And he'll take another ball. 2-0.
Scenario, Bregman really makes you work. He just doesn't chase. In that 97, 98th percentile chase rate. Got to make you get it over the plate.
2-0. And popped up foul. Back out of play. Bregman has just swung the bat so well in this ballpark. It's been made for Fenway. Got a chance to win it. 2-1. Fouled back again. 96 with the heater. 2-2. The righty deals and left it up in a full count.
You're going to score in a hit if you're say down. All you got to do now is make sure he delivers to the plate. They like the inside move. Make sure he delivers it. Get you a lead and start. Base hit, you win the game.
Everybody up at Fenway. 3-2. Fouled away again. Red Sox have had some pretty good chances in this inning already. Got another one here. 3-2 on Bregman. Swing and a miss on a slider, struck him out. And the Red Sox strand 2 as we will play extra innings, tied 3-3.
Presented by Ford's award-winning lineup of electric vehicles, including the F-150 Lightning all-electric truck, the official truck of the Boston Red Sox.
So we go to extra innings on a Saturday afternoon that has turned into evening in a 3-3 game. Garrett Whitlock just superb last time out, needs to be again here against the White Sox. 3 runs, 7 hits, an error for Chicago. 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Red Sox. Missed a couple of opportunities here. Going to go with that ghost runner. Meidroth will take over at second. And Sable doing the catching. And Robert, the batter, who has been a pain against the Red Sox in these 2 series with Chicago, hit a 2-run homer in the 7th inning as they tied it up with 3 runs. And the 1-0.
First hitter is always important. If you're able to get that out without moving the runner over to third or scoring them, right, you force the team to get a hit to score them. I want to get this first hitter. Fall behind 2-0.
Ball 3. Sosa on deck. Both of Roberts' home runs this year have come against the Red Sox. Whitlock's got to come all the way back now, the 3-0, and he's going to put him on. So 2 base runners for the White Sox here in the 10th. Bernardino's starting to get ready. Red Sox have already used the closer, Chapman.
Well, you got to get ahead. Get that ground ball turned 2. That's what you want to do if you're Whitlock here.
36,559. Not many have gone home. They sell out today. Whitlock, the first one, and that'll be a strike. Red Sox have had a couple of golden chances. They had Bregman at the plate with the winning run at second, and the strikeout to force this to 10. The 0-1. Yank foul. Game 3 tomorrow afternoon, 1:35. Tanner Houck against Sean Burke. Series will end with the morning game on Monday at 11:10. Walker Buehler will be on the bump. Two on, none out. The 0-2 pitch to Sosa. A wave and a miss on the slider. And a big first out there for Whitlock. Double play can get him out of it.
Yeah, that is. The walk to Robert. Once you got it to 2-0, he's really careful with that base open, then kind of get to the next guy and get ahead. That's exactly what he did here with Sosa and put him away. And you mentioned it, same thing here. Benintendi, get ahead, get that ground ball, and try to get in his dugout.
Benintendi 0 for 4, 2 strikeouts, but has 2 men on. Jumps away, and it's ball 1. Red Sox had a 3-0 lead after the 5th inning. White Sox fought from behind to tie it, got 3 in the 7th inning. A couple of home runs today, one for each side, a major part of the story. One ball and 1 strike on Benintendi. One from Whitlock. Right by him.
Change up. I've seen that change up. It's just effective. It's like it was his first year we saw him, right? Because he's back to 96, 97 on top of the zone. Changes eye levels with both those pitches.
Well, he just struck out Sosa. Here's the 1-2.
Is that heater up? Do you play the changeup now? Down again off it. All soft, except for that last fastball. Might have been a show me fastball.
2-2 spins him around high and tight. 98. Sox are 2-1 in extra inning games here in 25. Payout pitch. Swing and a miss to strike him out. The trusty changeup. 2 down.
Well, after a couple of fastballs up, it's his money pitch. Right? Whenever I'm in trouble, get out of a jam, especially the way he set it up with the 2 fastballs up. But you still have to execute. And he does. Good bottom of the zone.
Sends up Andrew Vaughn, hitless today, 0 for 4. Meidroth at second. Robert at first. And a liner in the right field, racing back. Abreu still back and makes the play. That was a bullet. Well, you're there. Middle of the 10th. We're tied 3-3.
What's the story last night? Big ball game. Got a change up. His first at bat, that was a 3-run shot. Got the Sox going, and then later in the game in the 7th, really put this thing away. Another 3-run shot and a hanging change up. It's a big night from Trevor Story last night. 3 for 6, 6 RBIs.
Yeah, Bregman, who made the final out in the 9th, will be the runner at second. Mike Vassell from Wellesley, Mass. One of the 4 guys from Massachusetts on their staff. Trevor Story to climb in. Bottom of the 10th inning. Red Sox have made a base running error. They've also made a defensive error to hurt themselves, but that can all be forgotten here in a couple of minutes. A swing and a miss, strike one on Story. Had a base hit last time up. He's 1 for 3, and he's been hit by a pitch.
Bregman on second, tie game. Story once again swinging away. You know, last time was different to me. It was just Hamilton on first. I figured I'd drop something in. He's going to score on anything. I choose to swing it. He's been hot. I think if your Story, your job here is to, you know, you want to hit, but still the thought process is up the middle. All right, so if you do hit that ground ball to second base, you can move Bregman over. Just like 3 cracks at it.
Right-handed with a 1-1.
Vassell's been good. 12 scoreless innings. Only given up 5 hits. Walked 4, struck out 6. Throwing the ball well. Sinker about 93. Sweeper, cutter, change.
Well, he's been swinging the bat. Trevor Story is the man you want right now at the plate.
Well, that's the other part up. Gonna walk him for Abreu, who's been struggling here lately. We'll bunt him over for Abreu.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. And a pop up here in the center, not deep. In comes Robert, and not deep enough to advance the runner. 1 down. Willier next. Abreu's had a long day with the bat. He's 0 for 4. Last time up, hit into a double play in the 8th inning. And they're going to take the bat out of his hands anyway. They're going to walk him. An intentional pass, and they'll go after Campbell, the rookie, instead. First and second. On the day, Campbell is 1 for 3 with a single way back in the 4th inning. So trying to be a hero on this Saturday in front of a packed house at Fenway. So far, mixed results for the Red Sox, but trying to get into the win column for the second straight game in the series. And bring in Bregman from second. One man out. He'll take a ball. Casas next. And right now it's Christian Campbell. And Vassell with a 1-0. And pumped in there. 1-1. Christian sitting at 290 with 3 home runs. Not tempting enough.
Christian 1 for 3 in the day with a walk. That's his 12th walk of the year. 20 strikeouts. Makes you throw strikes.
Here's the 2-1 pitch from the right-hander. Full attack mode there. That came in at 95. 2-2. Bregman at second. Abreu on at first. So it's foul back to the netting. 2-2. Well, feels like the Red Sox are getting the better chances.
Just got to cash in. You got to find a way to win this thing. Good time for your first career walk-off.
Vassell again with a 2-2 home. And left that one down. 3-2. Bottom of the 10th. The crowd on their feet again. And he'll take ball 4, and that's going to load up the bases with 1 down. We talked about Campbell being pretty patient, piling up the ball 4s, and now the winning run is standing 90 feet away.
Well, that's where you got Tristan Casas. Stick with your plan, right? You need to drive the ball out in the outfield, get a ball up middle of the field. Just give me a fly ball here.
0 for 3 with a walk. No place to put him. He takes ball 1.
This is where you can be somewhat aggressive, right? Tristan sometimes borderline up. He likes to take because he thinks it's a ball. It may be 1-0, a good pitch to drive right to center field or left field to get this run in.
He's been good with the bases loaded. And a high fly ball into left field, backing up Benintendi, still backing up, and that ball is off the green. Here comes the run. Bregman will score, and the Red Sox win it. Tristan Casas will walk it off, and the Red Sox win it in extra innings 4-3.
That's a big one from Tristan. Like we said, 1-0, right? You can expand a little bit, look for a ball up. Big part of the field. Stay up the middle. He drives it off that wall. It's been a struggle so far for Tristan Casas. Maybe this little walk-off knock. Maybe get him going a little bit.
3rd walk-off win this season for the Red Sox. Casas the hero today. 4-3 in 10 innings. The Sox get it done to the delight of 36,559.
But you really needed it, didn't you? Like you felt like it just needed it. This is what it was. I think it was a changeup up. And again, you don't try to pull the ball. You probably roll over, maybe double play. Stay the other way, drives it off that wall. That looked more like Tristan Casas, to be honest with you, right? With a plan. That's a changeup. He stays on it. Drives. He knows he got enough. Whether it hits the wall, fly ball, it's going to score Bregman. You almost gave this one away, right? Up 3-0. Little double play that wasn't turned, but you're able to get a win. I don't care how you do it. You put 2 wins in the book here so far in this homestand.
A big swing for Casas. He needed that. Red Sox needed that. And the star of the show is with Jemai Webster.
All right, thank you very much, Dave. Well, Tristan, you guys 3-1 in extra innings now. How satisfying is it to come through for the team in that spot?
Yeah, it's big, especially when the bullpen comes into the 10th and then don't give up a run. We play good defense. Willier gets a good break on the ball. Whitlock throws strikes. It's a beautiful thing. So, yeah, I'm glad I was able to come through right there. A couple of big at-bats, KC taking a bunch of great pitches right there, setting me up. So, yeah, everything was great.
In that sequence, he had alternated between the sweeper and the sinker against Campbell. As you took the approach in your at-bat, how much did you kind of file those away?
I know the tendencies say he likes his off-speed pitches, but, he was throwing them to KC, and I figured that there was a chance that I might get one, too. So it was, it was a tough at-bat going in. I didn't know what to look for, but he threw me the changeup, doubled up on it, and left it in a spot that, I could get a good swing off, so I'm glad about it.
You certainly got a good swing off. You got most of that, almost got out of here. You seem relieved afterwards. How do you describe your emotions?
Yeah, but getting a lot of good swings off, not particularly finding the barrel, but, I'm going to stay positive. Keep swinging at strikes, try to control the zone, but, yeah, it was just, a big day overall.
What are you looking for over there?
Nah, I don't know, man. I was trying to anticipate a water cooler. I was going to hug you and keep you with me.
All right, well, they let you off the hook this time, man. Thanks so much, Tristan.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You got it. All right, OB, back over to you.
Jemai, thank you very much. Kept looking over his shoulder there. He's convinced he was going to get pummeled there, but he did the hitting, and that was a big knock for him and the Red Sox today.
Yeah, not lost, as he mentioned. Great at-bat by Christian Campbell, right, to load the bases, but this is all about Tristan. He really needed this one. As he said, the last few games you've seen some signs of it, but you want to start seeing results. This was a game the Sox needed, and as I said, you got to get that guy going with Rafi Devers for this offense to really be what they can be.
In 10, 4-3, Red Sox knock off the White Sox. That win presented by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Stay tuned, WB Mason, Extra Innings Live with TC and Jim breaking it down on the walk-off win. Plus here from Alex Cora and Garrett Crochet. That and more coming up in 1 minute.